Hi, and welcome to Courageously You with Martha. My name is Martha Davis Alexander, and I am your host. I am a retired attorney. I am a coach. I am an energy healer. And I like every week to share with you just stuff to know. That didn't sound very good. And I like to share with you how to become more courageously you. Ways, tips, things to do. This is WGSN-DB, Going Solo Network, and we're here every week. And check out other shows, subscribe to mine, like it. Here's what I want to talk about today. We're going to talk about first steps to a joyful holiday. That's been my theme for the last couple of weeks. So if you've missed a couple, check out the library and see what you've missed. You can always Google Courageously You with Martha and look at the stuff. You can go on the Going Solo Network, and the replays are there. First steps to a joyful holiday. So if you struggle with holidays, struggle with even thinking about the holidays, very first thing you can do is sit down and decide what you like about the holidays, what they mean to you, what you like about them, what you would like to do on the holidays, and how you want the holidays to be celebrated, right? What does it mean to you? And how do you want to celebrate it? An example, and I think I gave this in one of the prior episodes, is at Thanksgiving, right? I don't want to celebrate Thanksgiving the way we always have. I want to celebrate it by being grateful for what I have and sharing it with other people. I don't necessarily celebrate the pilgrims because I don't. That's not as important to me as celebrating being grateful for what I have and sharing from what I have with other people. So for me, it is the time of giving and gratitude. And there's some things about it that I just wanted to change, right? A lot of people have their dinners at night. I want my dinner early afternoon. And I want to do a community service project during the day at some point to benefit others. And then I want to have turkey sandwiches, which is really for me what I enjoy, the pie and the turkey sandwich. That's what I enjoy. Maybe some potato chips. That's what I enjoy about Thanksgiving, family time and doing that. What do you enjoy? What are the things that you enjoy? What are the things that you've done, traditions? Please pardon my dog in the background. He's very loud. What are the things that traditions that you enjoy, that you want to keep? What are the things that you're like, why in heaven's name would I continue to do this? Right? Why? I don't enjoy it. I don't want to do it. Get rid of the ones you don't like. Unless they are of primary importance to someone that you're sharing with, you have control over that. And maybe it's a discussion. Maybe it's hey, I really don't enjoy this part of our Thanksgiving. Is that something that is really important to you? Or starting with, rather than that, hey, how do you feel about this tradition? And maybe they don't like it either. Or maybe they love it and there's a way to compromise and make it better for you. So, and before you can do any of that with the conversations, you have to actually decide what you like, what you don't like, and if you don't like something, what don't you like about it, right? So for me, we made these yummy candied apples that I love. I love the flavor of them. There's everything I love about them. I don't like to make them, so I don't make them anymore. If at some point I get like I really want them, I'll make them, but it's like a 2-day process. I'm like, no, not going to do it. Not interested in spending that much time on that. They are delicious, just not that delicious for me. So what is it that you like, don't like? What is there something you can modify about it to make it so that it's okay for you, tolerable for you? So if you play games, if there's a particular game you don't like, maybe you suggest another game. If there's things that you do or you don't like during the holidays, how do you support yourself? By first deciding what they are. Second, deciding what you could do to make it different or come up with ideas and communicate those, right? So that you know. Now, you're not going to start with, hey, mom, you know your tradition of XYZ. I hate it. I've always hated it, and I don't want to do it this year. That's not the way you're going to do that. No. You're going to say, hey, mom, you know that tradition of XYZ? How do you feel about that? Where did that come from? How did that evolve? I'm curious. And they may ask, why are you curious? I just don't get the point of it, or I'm confused by it, or it's not my favorite part of the holiday. Whatever it is. And I'm wondering what the meaning of it is for you. Because maybe if you know the meaning of a tradition from someone else's viewpoint, it makes it better. My husband makes Christmas rolls every Christmas. I prefer my mom's coffee cake, right? It's just one of those things. I'm not going to have both. We have a small family, particularly now that we've moved. I'm not going to make both. And for my husband, it is family tradition. It is passed down from generation. And it is one of his absolute favorite things about the holiday. I don't mind giving up my mom's coffee cake to make rolls. I just don't mind it. They're delicious. I can have marzipan, which I love. And for him, it brings a lot of joy. So are there things that you're willing to do because it brings someone else so much joy? What are the things that make you go, oh, I so don't want to do that, right? So last year for me, I am a recovering alcoholic. Last year for me, I gave up alcohol in August of 2021. This is 22, right? Yeah, 2021. So last Christmas was the first, Thanksgiving, Christmas, last holidays were the first of events where alcohol was served. And I really had to think about and prepare myself for, that's going to be difficult for me, right? I almost dread going because I used to use alcohol as my prop, right? That glass of wine and drinking it, false courage, right? You would think I'm an extrovert, and in a lot of cases I am. I just don't enjoy places where I don't know a lot of people. So maybe I'm an introvert. I don't know. Anyway, we'll talk about that another day. So I really had to prep myself for, how am I going to handle that? What is going to be in my hand instead? And what is going to give me how do I need to have courage, right? Where am I going to get that from? What's going to support me in being courageous in meeting people and not sipping alcohol? And actually it turned out better. First, because I didn't drink, which is always a good thing. And second, because I really got to see how I showed up as me instead of how I showed up as me drinking, which is a completely different beast, I promise. So what are the things that might trigger you into either being upset, old grudges, old family issues? Someone else got the silver, or somebody else got X, Y, or Z, or whatever family drama is there. What do you need to do to resolve that so that when you go, that isn't a trigger for you? You can let that go and let it be, at least for the day, right? And there are lots of different ways to do that. One of them is, and I'll send you to a whole nother website, has nothing to do with me, Amy Jo Ellis and the Court of Atonement. It's COURT of, and then atonement, ATONEMENT, Court of Atonement. And it has ways for you to resolve issues without talking about them if it's not possible to talk about it. I always suggest a conversation if you can have that, right? I would love to have a phenomenal holiday with you. I am concerned that we might have some stuff left on the table that we might want to resolve. Is there a possibility of doing that? If there isn't, fabulous. Then go to the courtofatonement.com and see how to do it at a higher soul level. Because there are ways to do that. I do that both in my practice, and I do that myself when I have a tug, or there's just even a rub, right? Somebody rubs me the wrong way, or whatever. If I can't resolve it on my own with the person, and it's mostly my stuff, I will send it to the Court of Atonement and let it be resolved, so that I can clear it. You can use an energy healer to clear some of that stuff as well. That is a little different. So what else could you do to prep for that holiday? So if you've prepped for triggers, right? Something might trigger you. You want to write them down. Take care of them beforehand, right? Don't wait until the day of with anxiety and stress and angst and carry all of that into the holiday. Attend the holiday clear of any angst, of any animosity, of any of that. Go in clear with an open heart and an open mind and curiosity for what's going on with those other people who are there. That will give you the best Thanksgiving you can possibly have, knowing what you want, knowing what you don't want, and having conversations or having other things, and having resolved some of it before the holiday. Preparing, and that's the thing I think that is the most important thing about the first steps of the holiday. It's preparation. Not only is there preparation for the meal, we ordered our turkey evidently this week. Husband let me know it was ordered. That's great. But it takes pre-planning, right? Ordering the turkey, figuring out what you're doing, what time you're going to eat, all of that stuff is planning. Even more important than planning the food of the holiday is planning your joy, your happiness. That is as much an intentional decision as the menu, as setting the table, as cleaning the house beforehand. If you do that, I don't do that. So those are as important, if not more important. I'm going to put them as more important than everything else you do to have a joyful holiday. Pre-plan. Who are the people? What are the things you enjoy? What are the things you don't enjoy? Can you have a conversation about it? Is there a meaning to it for somebody else that you want to honor? Is there a way for you to avoid participating in that activity and join in others? Are there things to compromise on? Are there things you want to add to that holiday? What does a joyful holiday look like for you? What do you want to celebrate? And how do you want to celebrate? Those are the beginning questions. The second step is looking at, what do you need to support you in doing that? Is it a conversation? And if it is, plan that conversation out. Is it resolving animosity, resolving family drama beforehand? And if it can't be resolved, going to a different place to do that. Do you need some healing before you go? Seeing, either a chiropractor, acupuncturist, an energy healer. Do you need some energy movement, doing your own meditations, journaling about it to get those emotions out there? Gratitude journal about things you're grateful for in your family. My dog loves gratitude journals. Yeah, he does that every night. Is it about, what is it about for you? What needs to shift to have that joyful holiday season? Is it a mindset shift? So part of my Thanksgiving issue, my dad hated Thanksgiving, and he said that all the time. And so I adopted my dad's mindset. I hate Thanksgiving. So I've had to work on what is my actual mindset. I had to shift from my dad's mindset to my mindset. What are the things that I enjoy about this holiday? What are the things that I like? Same is true for me with Christmas. My family celebrates Christmas, and my parents got divorced, separated, divorced, whatever, in the middle of Thanksgiving, Christmas. So we tend to have some issues around the holidays and truly enjoying them up until we shift our mindset and shift that emotion to decide what they mean for us, and moving past occurrences of the holidays. And I know that holidays can be a struggle. I have been curled up in a fetal position in my bedroom as the hostess of Thanksgiving for 25 people. And right before we put everything on the table, I finished the gravy and I lost it. And I do mean just lost it. I started crying. I had to excuse myself. My husband was like, what the heck is going on? What do we do? And so I had my mom in there, my sister-in-law in there, and really it was all internal. It was, nobody had done anything. It was all about internal emotional stuff that needed to be released about Thanksgiving. Did I release it that day? No. I took a couple of deep breaths, got some hugs, had a little chamomile tea. Actually, back then it was probably a glass of wine, truth be told. And everyone got the dinner on the table. I made it back, and it was all fine. And yet I still remember the exact feeling that I felt that Thanksgiving going in there into my bedroom, right? That dread. I just don't want to sit down at the table and have this meal. Those are the things that you can work on, right? You can journal about that. Why don't you want to sit down and do that? What does that mean to you? What is the block to that? What are the emotions coming up? And you can work through those emotions so that doesn't happen. Having a joyful holiday, if you are someone who traditionally has not had a joyful holiday, really is all about intentionally setting yourself up for a joyful holiday, intentionally shifting to make it joyful. You have to choose joyful. And we're going to go for a really short break, and stay with me, because when we come back, we're going to continue to talk about that intentional shifting, and continue to talk about ways to do that and what can support you in doing that. This is Martha Davis Alexander. This is Courageously You with Martha on the WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. You can reach me at 805-422-6865 or email me at marthadalexander@gmail.com. I love hearing from you. If you want to know more about me, you can go to my website at courageouslyoucoaching.com. Stay with us because we'll be right back after these short messages. See you in a bit. Hey, everybody, welcome back. I'm Martha Davis Alexander, and this is Courageously You with Martha. You are on the WGSN-DB Going Solo Network, and we are talking about first steps to a joyful holiday. So, really, your very first step is deciding that you want a joyful holiday. And there are situations where a joyful holiday may not be what you want. In the last 3 years, there have been a tremendous amount of people passing, so death. There's been a lot of destruction in terms of hurricanes and weather and fires. So it may be a struggle to choose joyful. And yet, what happens when you choose joy? What happens when you choose to be thankful for what you do have? What happens when you choose joyful over other things? It lifts your spirit. It brings happier, right? It lifts your vibration. It lifts other people as well. So I've had a few years of losses in my life in the last few years, and some of the ways we've coped with it, we've set a place at the table, we've done them, toasts to them, we've done any number of things to make it feel as though they're still a part of it, telling stories. And that's one way there. I'm sure there are plenty of other ways for those who are grieving. This is my first year without two pretty important men who I met after I was in high school, who were important to me in a father figure way. And both of them are losses for me this year. So I will find some way of honoring them, lighting a candle, telling a story. I will find some way, writing them a letter, journaling about them, something to honor them this holiday season, because they were both important to me. So with that said, I wanted to just briefly talk about that a little bit. I am not an expert in grief. I am not an expert in coping with grief. So I'm sure there are many ways of coping with that. I just wanted to open up that I understand that this can be a difficult time. Other ways of deciding and intentionally choosing joy for a holiday. Now, the year my mom died, I intentionally chose not to have a joyful holiday. I intentionally chose to wallow in that. And that was my choice, and that was fine. I don't know how I would do it now. It was before a lot of my growth and a lot of my learnings. I have no idea what I would choose now. I have no idea. And for those not experiencing tremendous loss, how do you choose joyful? How do you choose it? And you just choose. You say, I intend to have a joyful holiday, and this is what will make it joyful for me. This is what I will do to support myself during that, and this is what I want. This is how I want to celebrate. This is what it means to me, and this will be enough for it to be joyful for me. What are your boundaries? And that is a really important piece of holiday, right? Boundaries. I have 3 kids, all adults now. And, it has seemed to be, because I'm a recovering people pleaser. They grew up with me being a people pleaser, and they grew up with me overspending on the holidays and going into debt. So setting those boundaries that say, look, we're not Rockefeller. And let's be reasonable. What are the boundaries around not only us spending, but what they want to spend, right? What are the boundaries around what we're going to do, what activities we want to do, the food, the all of that. What does it look like? And who's going to come over, right? Are there boundaries on who gets to come over? And no, there really aren't. So what boundaries do you have that you need set? I don't want to sit next to Uncle Jimmy, because Uncle Jimmy, by the way, I have an Uncle Jim, and that's not who I'm talking about. I don't know why Uncle Jimmy came out of my mouth. Never called him Uncle Jimmy. So whoever out there has an Uncle Jimmy and you don't want to sit next to him, this is for you. I don't want to sit next to him because, and it doesn't really matter what your reason is, you don't want to sit next to him. Whoever's doing the seating chart, ask, or make sure that you sit down or you claim your place, and make sure that you have 2 other people who are going to sit next to you already, right? That you have set that up. Your brothers, your sister, your aunt, your cousin, whoever it is, right? Have them already ready to sit next to you, and make sure that that's how it works out. Pre-plan. That is supporting yourself, right? I dread sitting next to this person. Then make a plan. Make a plan with the best intention to enjoy your holidays, and know that you have people who have your back, so that you don't have to do something that makes you uncomfortable. What other things might make you uncomfortable? So list them out. These are the things that make me uncomfortable. These are the things that I would like to change. And then find a way to, like I said earlier, Either find out what that means to somebody else so that you're not stepping on toes, right, and creating more family drama, because we don't want that. But if it doesn't mean something, how it could be modified to include making it easier, right? What could be done? And know that having the intention, starting with the intention, I intend to have a joyful day today, a joyful holiday. I intend to get along with everyone. I intend. Set your intentions. What are they, right? How do you want that day to go? And then visualize it. Yeah, I'm going to get into the woo. I want you to visualize how that day is going to go and how it's going to change. Here's the thing. And this is really, 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 really a key point today. So if you've been tuning me out, now tune me in. Okay? I got a card today during a thing, and it says, my intentions become my reality. That is true. So here's the fact. The universe can't differentiate between what I don't want and what I want. It just hears whatever. So if you're saying, I hope XYZ doesn't happen, that doesn't happen doesn't register. So start shifting that to be, that turkey is going to be the best turkey ever, or I am going to sit next to Jenny and Chris, or I am, it's going to be the best holiday ever. And these are the things that are going to happen. And there's not going to be any family drama. Just start setting the intention and setting your mind and what your mind thinks, right? Our minds spin. My mind used to spin a lot with what could go wrong. Well, you know what? If I thought about it, then that's what did go wrong. So what can you change? How do you change your mind? If you feel yourself start to go down that road of, what bad could happen, flip it to what good instead, right? So that the universe can deliver what you actually want, not what you're trying to avoid. I still want you to troubleshoot and see what things you don't like so that you know what you need to change moving forward, right? These are the things I don't like, or these are the things I wish would change, or these are the things I'm uncomfortable with, whatever it is for you. Really plan it and intentionally set it. We have 2 or 3 weeks left for Thanksgiving. You have plenty of time if you celebrate Thanksgiving or celebrate whatever, to start to build on that gratitude journal, start to build on, this is what I would like, right? And start to change your mindset to the positive. This is joyful, right? This is what's going to happen, and seeing it be what you want it to be, and don't let the negative creep in. Again, if you have issues, deal with them, or believe that they're not going to be an issue that day, right? Manifest, put energy into, that's not going to come up on Thanksgiving. We're not going to have that on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is going to be a truly joyful time of family. Or if you're not with family, with friends. Or if you're not with friends, it's going to be truly a joyful time for me to self-reflect and enjoy the peace. Whatever it is for you, your circumstances, what you want, what you need, find a way to make it positive. Find a way to find joy in what it is. And express that starting now until that day, and through that day into the rest of the holiday season. So your challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to shift your mind, to set intentional, joyful holiday, figure out what you like, figure out what you don't like, and figure out how to make it all happen. Part of that is shifting your mindset. and having that positive viewpoint. So think this is what it's going to look like. And I'll bet you it comes darn close to that. If you think about negative, I'll bet you it comes darn close to that. So put out there what you want to see in your holidays. And I wish you a joyful holiday, whatever that looks like for you, because it's about you. Holidays are about celebrating. My dog loves to celebrate. He celebrates by barking. I wish you the best. Join us next week. I'm going to have a special guest. So stay tuned to hear about that. And we'll be here at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Mountain. Oh, thank you so much. 5 p.m. Central and 6 p.m. Eastern on WGSN-DB, Going Solo Network. You can check it out on the Facebook page and on YouTube. Join us. And if you have questions or comments, this is interactive. Y'all can participate in the show and tell me what you think. I would also love to hear from you. You can reach me at marthadalexander@gmail.com or at 805-422-6865. You can text me. You can call me. You can message me. You can also reach me or find out more about me at courageouslyoucoaching.com. Have a fabulous week. Be courageously you. Until next week. See you later.